Alright guys, it's Monday morning, just before 5. I've been up since about 4. I gave you the Monday morning Ham Shack report. So we've been doing some stuff over here and moved some stuff around, been fixing some stuff, working on some stuff. I kind of got a little bit of stuff cleared out over here. I might actually end up using that computer because of how small it is. We get the main computer down here. And I put a couple different ones up here. Just kind of play around with the idea of like, well, what would fit? This case here is fine, but I would be going a step backwards processor-wise, 2 generations on i7. I don't know, might still be just as good. Who knows, might be better, I don't know. But you can see that the inverter is in the way. So I pulled everything out of here, and I was using the radio last night, and the computer in the corner there was bipping and bleeping. Every time I'd key up, the USB would disconnect, connect, and I'm using shielded cables, and I've got RF chokes on a couple of them. And I don't know exactly the reason. I'm not even sure if I even have the radio plugged into the computer anymore. The only thing that's hooked up over there that I'm aware of is the SDR Play, which connects to the back of the radio. So, but something at 100 watts is getting into it, and that's been going on for a long time. The only thing I haven't tried was to see what would happen if I put my tuner on a dummy load, okay? Just put it on a dummy load and transmit and see if the computer still does that. Because that would be kind of an interesting study. It would let me know whether or not maybe it's excuse me, RF on the feed line getting on the coax. Because if you have a balanced load, 50 ohms, everything should be pretty even. You should have a nice transfer of power. You shouldn't really have RF riding on the shield of the coax. So I'm going to try that here in a second, because we're going to check and see what the bands look like. But I'd like to have a computer up here where I can, reach it pretty easily. I don't know where else I could really put one. I've got a couple of different ones that could go up here. But this one here is the probably the newest, most powerful one. And that's an X299 motherboard. And like somebody else pointed out earlier too about the gaming and all that, this one's got a cooler on it. Like not a stock cooler, but a Noctura, big huge one. And it's the i7 7900. So I think it can run Xenon processors too. It kind of seems more like a server than it does a gaming rig, but as far as the motherboard. And then next to it is just that big huge case. Well, we've got another case here that we can put something in. And then I have this one here, which is an i5 8400 with an RX 480. And I'm just using that for like gaming stuff. But that one's not bad either. But it's still about 18, 19, 20 inches long. And I pulled out the tape measure and I'm like, okay, you need a pretty short case to clear this big ass inverter back here. So anyway, I just wanted to do something different. I kind of got tired of looking at all the clutter and just, figure why not, right? So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. I'm going to do some testing.